Sort of creativity is exactly what Cal Poly's Society of Women Engineers wanted students to show. They hosted their version of the cooking show Chopped, but instead of cooking ingredients, participants got a bag full of crafts.
We used a candle, some bowls, pipe cleaner, string tie, the usual.
They were tasked with creating the next big thing, using all the supplies provided within 30 minutes. 7 groups teamed up to create their idea and then pitched it to a panel of judges. And according to the judges, picking a winner was not easy.
We had different awards that we were going for, and everything just went by so fast. You wanted to really sit and think there like, oh yeah, this should get this number.
But for some participants, the event was about more than just winning prizes.
So I thought it would just be really exciting to build something, get creative, try something new.
Jenna Becker and her team built a model water filtration system that was awarded the top prize. The runner-up was David Garges, who did not come expecting to win.
I think we just went in it with our best attitude and our best foot forward.
Reporting on the Cal Poly campus, David Aguilar, Mustang News.
E-Week wraps up tomorrow with casino night from 6 to 10 p.m. in Building 7.
If you're looking to change up your study routine, well, one place right next to campus has just the thing for you: coffee. Well, steps off of Cal Poly's campus, Front Porch offers a place for students to study, get together, and enjoy a free cup of coffee. The initiative to have a free space for students was started by the Presbyterian Church in 1957 with a house off Foothill Boulevard. Front Porch is now located right behind the health center, financed by donations and run daily by volunteers. The purpose of the coffee shop? To give students a free and welcoming environment.
We're all about building community. So what we hope is that when people come through our doors, they're just met with love and a warm cup of coffee.
Front Porch also has weekly trivia nights on Wednesdays, open mic nights, and group discussions about Christianity and the community. For more information on how you can volunteer or donate, you can visit frontporchslow.com.
Now, some of the simplest inventions are the most successful, like the Snuggie. And 2 Cal Poly alumni went from the baseball field to ABC's hit show Shark Tank with their product, Grinds. Used as a healthy alternative to chewing tobacco, Brianna Whitney sat down in an exclusive interview with the duo. Here's a sneak peek.
How did this all start? I mean, it's grown so huge, but how did you first come up with the idea?
That essentially was a story. I mean, we were up late. It was a random summer school class. I think it was 2 or 3 in the morning. It was a much neglected marketing project. Being poor college students, we had nothing in our pantry at all except like coffee grounds and pasta, just random stuff. So being resourceful, we just threw coffee in our mouths, and
then we stopped working on the marketing project. And we ended up working on ideas for this company.
We came up with a name right then too. Like, what are we going to call it? Grinds.
When you first came up with it, how'd you get it off the ground? I mean, you come up with this idea at 2 a.m. in your apartment. Where do you go from there?
The free pizza.
Yep, you heard that right. It began with college boys interested in free food.
It really was a flyer we saw that said, have a cool idea, free pizza, that we showed up to. Ended up being the business plan competition. We filled out our questions, and everything was really simple, straightforward, like Grinds, coffee in a pouch, gonna take it to spring training through our network of guys we played with.
We didn't think we were gonna win. Yeah, guys talking about making like electric engines for Ferraris. And we were like,
they had funding and a whole team of people
and then
behind
it was
them.
Pat and I were like, hey, we're gonna put coffee in a pouch.
Which flavor is the most popular?
The mint chocolate and mocha were pretty
Peppermint.
I think peppermint will be huge.
Is going to be a big
It's going to be big.
Yeah, peppermint vanilla will be good too.
Next year we're going pumpkin spice too. So
Right? So
you heard it here first. Pumpkin spice.
To watch the full interview with Matt and Pat, head over to mustangnews.net. And coming up in sports, women's basketball is looking to reclaim the first place spot in the Big West Play.
But first, we have a look from Dexter Lawn coming up for you in just a second. Students enjoying the sunny and warm conditions. It sure feels like summer right now, but David Aguilar will be in the studio to tell you if those summer-like conditions are going to continue next.
Vomiting.
Puking.
Throwing up.
Vomiting. Puking.
Throwing up.
Cold. Clammy.
Blue.
Cold. Clammy.
Blue.
Their breathing slows.
Passed out. Unresponsive.
Passed out.
Unresponsive.
You can't wake them up.
If you're dealing with somebody who's so intoxicated that you have to stop and ask yourself, gee, I wonder if they need help, they need help. Don't wait till it's too late. Don't wait until you're having to do CPR because they stopped breathing or because they aspirated on their own vomit. Get them help.
And we're out. You got plans?
You bet.
$50 million Americans struggle with hunger, but we can do something about it.
Excuse me. What's going on?
Dinner. Please join me in helping put food on their tables. Together, we can feed America.
You guys keep going. I'm gonna get the plates. Plates?
Find your local food bank at feedingamerica.org/hunger.
Suis la cadence, on lève bien tes hanches au bal du dimanche. Danse, que la fête commence. Dans ma belle robe blanche, je suis ton chou.
You didn't give up on sex. Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
All right, well, now we have weather reporter David Aguilar in for your weekly weather forecast.
Yeah, David, are we going to see some more heat here?
Well, actually, yes. So the California drought is still affecting communities across the state. Governor Jerry Brown announced a proposal totaling $687 million that would help drought-stricken communities around the state. $15 million would help places with a low drinking water supply. Most of the money would come from 2 bonds already approved by voters, while the rest would come from the general fund. The proposal now goes to California lawmakers for approval. Well, the governor is urging a voluntary 20% reduction in water. No rain in the forecast. Let's go ahead and take a look at your weather headlines. So winds are dying down into the weekend. Today we have north winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour. With gusts as high as 20 miles per hour. And if you're gonna head to the beach, grab your surfboard. Do be careful because we do have a high surf advisory. Surf up between 9 and 11 feet, peaking at about 14 feet. Dry conditions are continuing throughout the Central Coast, and the drought intensity has been upgraded as of this morning. The U.S. Drought Monitor expanded the area of exceptional drought all across San Luis Obispo and Santa Barbara counties. We are all experiencing an exceptional drought, so please do your part to conserve some water. Let's go ahead and take a look at your weather map. We have a pair of 73s up in Paso Robles and Atascadero, 72 up in Los Osos, and the highest point in San Luis Obispo, highest temperature on the Central Coast, San Luis Obispo at 81. Avila Beach, 76 degrees, a pair of 77s in Arroyo Grande and in Napomo. Down in Santa Maria, Santa Barbara County, we have a high of 75 degrees. Let's go ahead and take a look at your 5-day forecast. For today, we do have an expected high of 81 degrees. Overnight, 46, sunny skies. For tomorrow, Friday, we do have, again, sunny skies with a high expected to hit 80 degrees. 48 overnight. Saturday, expected high at 76 with a low at 47 degrees. For Sunday, again, sunny skies, 72 degrees the expected high, 47 overnight. And for Monday, sunny skies again, 72 degrees the expected high, 48 in the overnight hours. So still dry out there, cooling down throughout the week. Do your part to conserve water. That's going to do it for your weather forecast. Olivia and Denzel, back to you at the desk.
Thank you so much, David. Well, it's certainly warm today. It feels like summer. Hopefully we'll get some rain sometime soon.
I know, and a lot of spring sports are getting underway. I know baseball's starting off pretty hot. tell us about a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely. Well, the warm weather is good for one thing, and that is baseball. Cal Poly baseball is on their way to UCLA today with a perfect 4-0 record. The Mustangs swept Kansas State last weekend and beat Santa Clara on Tuesday. Pitcher Matt Imhoff is the Student Athlete of the Week after striking out 14 in just 7 innings. This tops his previous career high of 12 and ties a Cal Poly Division I record. As a whole, pitching is the reason for the team's undefeated start. Freshman Slater Lee struck out 6 in his first collegiate game against Kansas State. This week's opponent, UCLA, is 3-1 and ranked 12th nationally, 10 spots ahead of the Mustangs. 2 tournaments down, and now the Cal Poly softball team is in Palm Springs to play in the Mary Nutter Classic. The team is led by 7 seniors, and one of those seniors bat is on fire. Lauren Moreno helped the Mustangs take down the number 8 team in the country, University of Oregon. Moreno bats at the top of the order and led off the upset against the Ducks by knocking one out of the park. Moreno now has 3 home runs, and her offensive production earned her Player of the Week 2 weeks ago.
I'm all about the team. I mean, so wherever the team goes, that's where I'm at. I mean, I don't really care about the honors. I just care about where the team ends up.
For more on Moreno's story and Cal Poly softball results, visit mustangnews.net or tune into our weekly sports recap show, Poly Playbook. Defense wins championships, and that is exactly what the Cal Poly women's basketball team needs to do to succeed. The big 3 offensive threats, Molly Schlemer, Ariana Elagato, and Jonay Irving, keep the points on the board. But Cal Poly opponents are averaging an impressive 77.8 points per game. The defensive players, like senior point guard Amaka Fodu, have the task of shutting down opponents' star players and are the key to how far the Mustangs go.
Definitely just continue to be a defensive threat, whether that's in practice, and of course practice makes perfect. So if I'm doing what I got to do defensively in practice, when game time comes, it'll be a piece of cake.
Averaging just over 20 minutes per game, Afodu's spark provides Cal Poly with enough D to leave Cal Poly at second in the Big West Conference. Following last week's losses, Cal Poly is now 8-3 in the Big West and now trail the Cal State Northridge Matadors for first place. But the Mustangs will have plenty of opportunity to gain some ground this week. Cal Poly's regular season ends with 5 remaining conference games, one of which is tonight versus the Cal State Fullerton Titans. Cal Poly holds a 24-17 all-time series advantage over Fullerton, and if the numbers don't lie, Cal Poly's 76.5 points per game should be enough to top the Titans' 60.9. To find out if that'll be enough to get the win, tune into this week's Poly Playbook for a full weekend recap. The men's basketball team is back at Mott Athletic Center trying to prevent another losing streak. The Mustangs fell on the road to Long Beach State in their game last Saturday, 74-65. This puts the team at 9-15 and 5-6 in the Big West Conference. Now Cal Poly is prepping to get back on track against the Titans, a team that they previously beat by 2 points. But players say it'll be a tough matchup, and Fullerton is also hungry for a victory.
Well, Fullerton's one of the more difficult matchups in the conference because they play mostly guards, which is they play guards 1 through 4. So it's kind of reminiscent of like the Villanova team from about 5 to 10 years ago that went to the tournament where they had 4 guards, and it'd be like, okay, well, with ours we have the height advantage, but they have a speed and agility advantage.
Tip-off is set for 7 p.m.
Well, thank you, Lisa.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it looks like the women's basketball needs to, get back on track after those 2 home losses, which, definitely hurt their record a little bit in conference play. But I think we'll get back on track this week.
Yeah.
All right, well, still ahead, a beanbag tournament is happening this weekend. We'll give you all the details next in Pollywood.
Balance la cadence, on lève bien tes hanches au bal du dimanche. Danse, que la fête commence. Dans ma belle robe blanche, je suis ton chou.
You didn't give up on sex, Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Find yours at bedsider.org.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
That's low. That's low. Look, he's blushing.
Well, a lot of fun events going on around campus.
Yeah, we've got Lindsay Lewis in the studio to tell us what's going on. Lindsay?
Hi guys, there's lots of music going on today. An unofficial list of performers for ASI is considering for spring 2014 was leaked earlier this week. We caught up with students to find out which acts they want to see on campus.
I saw on the list that Atmosphere might be coming. That would be awesome because Atmosphere is one of my favorite rappers and I missed him last summer when he came to my town.
I'd like to see Hoodie Allen because I love him.
To see Shaggy come to campus because it wasn't me, but it might have been him.
And I want to see Atmosphere because I've listened to a lot of their music and I really want to see him live.
I want to see Hoodie Allen because he would bring awesome diversity to the campus. I hear he's Jewish. It's pretty cool.
And I would like to see Atmosphere come to the University Union because my roots of underground rap all started with him.
And I want to see Chance the Rapper come to Cal Poly so I can see him perform his song Cocoa Butter Kisses because that's my favorite.
The ASI events director would not confirm the list, but she did say the lists are usually generated by student interests. ASI Events, ASI Craft Center, and the Intramural Sports are collaborating to host a beanbag tournament this Saturday. Competitors have the option of making their own beanbags in the Craft Center to use in the tournament. For those who don't have their own beanbags, extra beanbag kits will be provided. Winners will receive gift certificates to Doc Bernstein's and Yoga Creations.
Tell you why not. It's free. All you need is your poly card to come in. You have a really good chance at free prizes, and there's free popcorn and music. You get to hang out with your friends. I don't know why you wouldn't come.
The cost is free for students with your poly card. You can go to ASI Events for more information. Academy Award winner Jeff Bridges will be back in SLO this weekend with his band The Abiders for a performance at the historic Fremont Theater. Bridges is known for his roles in the films The Big Lebowski, True Grit, and Tron Legacy. The group sold out 2 shows at SLO Brew back in 2012. Bridges performs a mixture of country and rock songs as well as music from his movie Crazy Heart. The show is Friday at 6:30 p.m. Reserved seats are $40 and $57 at the door. And that's it for us here at Polywood. Back to you guys at the desk.
Well, thank you so much, Lindsay.
Yeah, well, that's just about going to do it for us here at Mustang News.
Yes, if you loved our show, you can watch it anytime on Charter Channel 19, Campus Channel 2, and UHTV Channel 7. You can also find constant broadcast coverage and news coverage of Cal Poly's campus on mustangnews.net.
From all of us here at Studio 300, have a great day, Cal Poly.